decision that you policymakers make, but you must also be reminded that we too as parents have choice.
That's right. Parents do have a choice and play an important role in the decision-making process for the education system. It's for this reason and more that the Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Senator Ruel Reid, has been carrying out various consultative sessions with parents, engaging them on the way forward. Parents from all across the ministry's Region 2, which comprises persons from the parishes of Portland, St. Thomas and St. Mary, along with educators and education officials, gathered for a meeting of the minds to address major issues and create solutions.
As a rural area, you have a lot of small schools. You're not an urban area where you're concentrated. So we have some issues. We have a lot of what we call multi-grade schools in this region. It's a challenge, but we have to work to make sure that we deliver as best a quality education as possible.
To deliver quality education, students and educators must feel safe. Parents were therefore informed of present and incoming measures by the ministry to ensure just that.
One of the things that we're doing is identifying one teacher from your school, primary, secondary school, and we will bring in those persons for a one-day training and equipping them with the knowledge and skill sets to go back into the schools. One, to establish a safety and security committee in schools, and this committee is comprised of both internal and external stakeholders. A second thing that they will do is to be able to conduct safety and security audits in the schools and to see where the gaps are and to take a more proactive approach in looking on the issues rather than waiting until something happens before we treat on them. That's the first part of the drive. The second aspect of it is that we will be recruiting 800 additional persons, and these are young persons that will be assisting or complementing the work of the safety and security officers in the schools. And these persons will be trained through HEART on a 2-week program and then continuous training over the next 12 months. They will be placed in the schools to assist the school safety officers to ensure that our school remains safe.
Some had concerns about the ministry's new policy, which makes auxiliary fees non-mandatory.
The majority of schools, when we look at the average, the compliance rate was 49%. And the majority of schools, when we took out of those vouchers, what was not really auxiliary fees, but were consumables like epaulets, IDs, and so on. What was really being called auxiliary fee was round about, on average, $5,000. So our program was based on the fact that we would give to schools an additional $7,500. And we have indicated a formula. So the point is, our argument was, if your average, and we said make the adjustment, and if the contribution, or if you want to say auxiliary fee, that you're charging, let's use that term, was $5,000, and I'm giving you $7,500. Do the math. It would cancel out. In fact, you'd end up in a surplus position.
Parents called on the minister to similarly explain other matters.
Like this one is that children who are indisciplined. After the management appeals, what next?
We would have to work with our intervention program to take those kids into a program to rehabilitate them or put them in some other program.
The primary school has a lot of needs. What's it you're going to do for us?
The amount of primary schools that are getting upgrading as we speak, including Orange Bay Primary, that I'm sure you might have heard, we just added perimeter fencing and 2 state-of-the-art classroom. Way to Bid Primary got $10 million upgrade. Warsaw Primary is on the way with their improvement and expansion. And I could go on and on. So I don't want you to think that the primary system is being left out.
We would like to ask for some help relocating of the school. The school is open, so people come in and out as they like, and moms and so as well. So we have a PTA body are planning our fundraising event to be a part of it. So if you get some help from you, sir, we will highly accept.
We will match what you raise.
Definitely a wonderful reason to applaud. Fruitful discussions. Parents and educators happy. Resolution solidified as government and its partners chart the way forward. Let's keep the conversation going.